Hello everyone. This video is for Ryan, and it's going to be talking about the drawbacks and benefits of bulk style posting. Because at this point you've only done kind of optimization format, right? And obviously you're posting to my account, which is big, and you know that I do bulk, but you expressed interest in learning more about kind of what makes a bulk listing different than an optimization listing, and specifically why bulk style listings are less likely to sell. All right? So this has a lot to do with eBay's algorithm called Cassini. Cassini is what determines when a buyer searches for something, what do they see? Do they see results on the first page, second page, third page? How do those listings get placed? It's all determined by Cassini. Cassini looks at a whole bunch of different variables. I don't even know what they all are. That's something I really should look into, but what I do know is that there are a couple that matter, right? And I'm going to tell you ones that I've heard about. I don't necessarily know for sure that these matter, but I know that they possibly matter, right? We have things like having multiple photos, having more words in the title, because that means that more possible buyers will see the item in the first place. We also have, more detailed descriptions. We have what kind of return policy the listing offers. We have what kind of payment. We have the feedback of the seller. A whole bunch of things like that. So you don't need to understand what each individual one is. You just need to understand that the more control you have, the further you can push a listing in search results. So to understand the difference between bulk and optimization, we kind of need to understand how a bulk listing is created. The premise of bulk relies on having some software that creates an eBay listing out of nothing more than a URL of a supplier. So for Ryan, when you've put the supplier link in that Google Doc, you could literally paste that link into a bulk software creator like Hydra, and then it would make an eBay listing out of the link. The thing is, that eBay listing is going to include the exact same title as the source. It's going to include the exact same photos, the exact same description. It's going to be a copy of the source's listing, right? So by doing bulk, obviously if you're doing one, you could just post the item, paste the URL, have the item get posted, and tweak it. But since the way that I do bulk is it's creating huge lists of those items and then turning them all into eBay listings automatically, I can't change each individual attribute of the listing. So I work around that by using Walmart as a source in the first place because it works well with bulk. Because the titles tend to be semi-optimized, the descriptions are okay, and Hydra pulls the UPC code and model number, which is more information that's going to help your ranking, right? So in regards to how long it takes to post a bulk item, honestly, it almost completely eliminates time spent listing. I have 80,000 items posted, right? It took me 10 hours to post those items. We're talking about seconds a listing. It's almost insignificant. When you operate with the bulk mentality, the time spent is in operating the business, not creating the list of items which you then post. Since you fully automate the posting process, it barely takes any time at all, right? So I spend literally seconds on each listing. And the way that I've done it is I posted a bunch of items like 15, 20 days ago, and I haven't posted any items since then. That's actually not ideal. You want to be posting regularly. So the way to properly do bulk would be to create a big list, but post it in chunks, right? So every couple days we post another 1,000 items. Every couple days we post another 1,000 items, that kind of thing. I don't do that at the moment because I want to see the results of what happens if you just post 60, 80,000 items and then you don't post anymore. I'm trying to learn more about the kind of bulk listing lifestyle and the time frames associated with it, right? So what other questions do you have? I guess, so to further explain the points, optimization is more time and effort into individual listings, and then bulk is way, way, way less time and effort, but in tens of thousands of listings. So each individual bulk item is less likely to sell in the first place because it took so little to create, right? That you're limited by exactly what's available on your source of choice. But you're able to post so many of them that you can still make sales. And the interesting thing about bulk is that it teaches you and grows your account much, much, much faster. The reason that my eBay account is so big, I can post 2.7 million items. The only reason it is that big is because I've bulk posted, and it's very easy for me to fill my eBay account limits up and then get a limit increase from eBay. Because in order to increase your account limits, you need to have filled most of them up. It's pretty easy when you have 50 items, or 100 items, or like 20 items. But once you start getting into the tens of thousands, how do you fill that up with optimization? That means you have to pay somebody to post 10,000 items. It still takes like them 5-10 minutes per item. That's going to take a while. But with bulk, you could literally just fill all of it in a day. It's super, super easy. And so that enables you to grow your account very quickly, because as long as you're providing a positive experience for the buyer, eBay doesn't really care how many of your listings are selling versus how many are posted. People think they do, but trust me, they don't. There hasn't been a single time in my eBay career where eBay has brought attention to the fact that most of my listings do not sell. They see that I'm paying my eBay bill, they see that I'm getting mostly positive feedback from buyers, and they give me limit increases. I've only ever gotten rejected from a limit increase once, and I've gotten like 15 increases, something like that. So that's a little bit more about bulk. And then, okay, so first benefit of bulk is that you can grow your account much, much faster than you can with optimization. The second benefit of bulk is that you don't need to have as much experience and you learn much quicker. And let me get a little bit into why this is. When you post bulk items, as long as you focus on posting a whole variety of different categories, seasonality is shown to you. You know that people buy things at certain times of year because you have them available, so they sell more at certain times of year. Whereas when you're optimizing, you have to remember that unless you've posted 100 of every different category, you can only sell the categories that you've already picked and chosen to put listings in. So you're limited because you have a much narrower pool. You can imagine it that with optimization, you have one or two lottery tickets that are much more likely to win. Whereas with bulk, you have 10 or 20,000 lottery tickets that individually are less likely to win, but because you have so many of them, you're more likely to win, right? And I don't think that there's necessarily optimization is better or that bulk is better. They're different strategies and can be accomplished to different tasks. And honestly, I think that the best way to do it is to start out with optimization and then do bulk so that you can learn and grow a really big eBay account, and then use what you learned from all of your bulk sales in order to optimize and do targeted optimization and know from the bulk sales what sold, so then you can move forward and know that it's worth putting your time into the optimized listings. So I hope that that helped. I know that that wasn't a perfect summary. I'm pretty scatterbrained right now. I've just been doing Udemy courses, or Udemy videos. I just recorded like 12 videos, so my head's kind of like, ugh, my voice hurts. But I hope that was useful, and if you have any other questions, just hit me up on Facebook. All right, see you, Ryan. Bye.